For those of you teaching BAD 1210, Principles of Management, here's a short tutorial on how to copy from the master both in MyLearning as well as the Cengage MindTap tool. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is the syllabus. Here you have two versions of it that I've saved in MyLearning, 15-week format and a 7-week format. So when you complete this, just pick which format is appropriate, and then you're going to go through, and everywhere where there are highlights, you're going to input your information, your office hours, email, those types of things. All of the textbook information is in there, course objectives, and you'll see here the breakdown of the evaluation where we have things like the quizzes, homework assignments. So these are all weighted by category, and the grade book is set up the same way. Now in the 7-week, because there are 3 chapters essentially per week, I actually took the quizzes out of MindTap. I imported all of the test bank into MyLearning, and so the chapter quizzes would be a single module quiz that covers multiple chapters in MyLearning, and you'll see that later on where I edited that in my particular syllabus. So when we look at this, you'll see again the yellow highlighting where areas where you'll need to put information in, a list of all the graded assignments, when they're due, those types of things, standard boilerplate. Essentially, I left most of this the same as it was in the previous course with all of the course policies, all those types of things. I inserted the administrative dates, but here you'll see you'll need to set your official means of communications. If it's option 1, all you have to do is just delete that little bit there, bring that up, and then remove the option 2, however you prefer to have students communicate with you. So again, you see the table for all the fall sessions in there. And we'll scroll down. Now we get to the meat of the schedule. So you see this, the 15 module format. I put the dates in there and the dates for the semester. So you won't need to edit that. That area there where there's a note for the instructor, you can actually go through and delete that once you've taken all the action necessary. So to the right you see due dates. To the left in the assignments and assessments, you see this turquoise color. Those are items that you're going to have to map from MindTap into MyLearning so that the students can get access to it. And they'll just click on the assignment right in MyLearning, and it will take them through MyLearning directly into MindTap to complete the assignment. So you never want students to go directly to MindTap. In the syllabus, I broke these down, MindTap activities and MyLearning activities, just to make it easier so you and the student knows where these things are being completed at. So you'll see the chapters associated with the module in that column there, and then the assignments that need to be completed. So if we scroll down at the bottom too, there's another area that shows the key for the highlights. You'll just delete that once you complete all those actions. In the key notes, you can add other notes if you want. I added Thanksgiving, and just a note that if you're teaching class that on a Monday in class session, because the semester ends on the 16th, that is a Monday, and you should be holding class then. So that's the 15-week version there. And again, just everywhere where you see highlights requires some action on your part to complete the syllabus. Now, if we take a look Also at the 7 week, let me move over here. Oh, one correction. So you'll see here the numbering scheme. M4A1 would be Module 4 Assignment 1. M4C1 would be a case study. Those types of things. That's a numbering scheme I like to use. So the assignments in the 7 week format, the mini semester, I created a Module 0 since this mini 2 starts on a Thursday. So it's a short week. I had them do the MindTap registration and introduction and send an email, and then start the following Monday with the actual meat of the course. And you can see the numbering scheme is the same scheme, but I just edit that so that it shows up in the correct module format here. And then I combined the quizzes in My Learning so that it's easier rather than a student having 3 MindTap quizzes. Now let's take a look at my completed one for the fall, Mini 2. You can see I've gone through and edited all the highlighted areas, put my information in there, my times, those types of things. And we can ignore the breaking news up here. And then scroll down and you'll see the schedule has all been updated and all of the highlights removed. And then I remove the highlight key down at the bottom, the legend at the bottom. So that's it for the syllabus editing, and you should be able to go through. Again, there's Module 4 Test 1, so there are midterms and finals in both the 15-week setup and the 7-week setup. And the chapters are identified there in the syllabus. Okay, so now we're in My Learning, and we're going to copy from the master into your individual course. So go into My Learning, make sure you call up your course from your drop-down menu. Here's mine, 160578, and you can see the course is empty. So now we're going to go over to Course Admin and down to Import, Export, Copy Components. Search for Offering. And we will do just BAD 1210 and search for that, and you'll see the 2 masters that I've created here, 15-week master and a 7-week master. As I stated before, I'm doing the 7-week in the Mini 2, so I will select that one, add it, and then because we're copying everything over from a master and we're not going to exclude anything, we've selected it, and all we have to do is copy all components. So you will see it's in progress. So now we've completed the copy. We can go to Content, and you see now that I have modules 0 through 7. We can sample a couple of these. I see the module description, what needs to be done in that module, and then the applicable learning objectives. PowerPoint slides are included, and the assignments. These assignments here are strictly just the assignments that are located within My Learning. In the next section of the video, we'll look at adding those assignments from MindTap. So now you have all of the information over in your class, all of the assignments. There's an initial announcement with what the page looks like and the book, because remember, they'll have access to portions of the course a week before the actual course starts. And then we go back to content and we look at the syllabus, and you can see this syllabus here has the highlights that you'll need to go and change this to include your information and update it. I also have in here the rubrics associated with the assignments, the case studies, discussions, and written essay rubric should you choose to add a written assignment. And you can see the links here. These two are already linked to some specific assignments. As of yet, there are no written essay assignments that have that linked. So we have the course built now. Now let's move on and look at the next section on how to do a transfer of the MindTap assignments into My Learning. Okay, now let's look at bringing the assignments from MindTap into My Learning. So we're going to go to Course Admin, and then we're going to go to Course Builder. So the first thing you're going to do is connect your MindTap course to My Learning. Locate the Cengage icon here on the left and drag it into one of the modules. Now the first thing you'll see is it'll ask you which book do you want to use, and then you're going to make a choice on how you're going to copy. So you're going to copy from existing course, but since I've already created a course of mine in MindTap, I'm going to link to an existing course. But here you would see the two courses, the 7-week master and 15-week master. So I select the course I created, hit continue, and then you want to take the second option where you synchronize individual activity scores. And now my course is linked within My Learning. So now we're going to go assignment by assignment and insert those into the modules where they belong. You'll follow the same process where you'll drag the Cengage tool over, but let's look at the syllabus. Module 1, we're going to do M1A1, the Chapter 1 assignment. Drag it over into Module 1, and now you see the window that comes up has all of the possible assignments, and you notice M1A1 Chapter 1 assignment. So when I click Add to Course, because it's a graded assignment, it adds it to the grade book as well. And then we'll do M1A2 Chapter 2 assignment. So we go down and search for that. There it is. Click on it. Now, one of the other things that you may want to add to your courses is a link to the actual chapter readings. So you see everything that's available from MindTap that you can select, But you see that book there. Click on that for chapter 1, and we can scroll down and look at the reading for chapter 2 and select that. And now we've got 4 items selected, and you'll see on the next page where it gives you a summary. If you're using the quizzes in MindTap, notice that there's no grade book there because we've not made them aligned with grades or not a graded assignment. So we confirm our selection, save it, it'll complete that import, and then it will automatically go back here. So now we can go to content and go to module 1. Scroll down, and there are the assignments that the items that we just imported. 2 assignments and 2 chapter readings. Now if a student clicks on this, it will take them into the chapter in the MindTap. They'll be able to read the assignment, do practice exercises, those types of things, and improve their scores. So let's go back to module 1, scroll down, and then let's look at one of the assignments. So you see how that opens up through MyLearning directly into MindTap, and there's M1A1, and this is what the student sees. They'll click on each one of these questions or exercises, and then they'll complete this and save it. So I want to go back to module 1, and then one of the things that I always do is I try to organize the items in the area as the student sees them, so you'll be able to just drag and drop these assignments and readings wherever you want to in whatever order you prefer, just by moving them up in MyLearning. Alright, so now we have to adjust the grades in MyLearning. We've created these as weighted assignments for each section, and the first thing you're going to notice, because we've now imported 2 new grades, is that your grades are going to be greater than 100%. That's just because we've not aligned those 2 items with a particular category, a weighted category. So there are the 2 assignments. Let's go to Manage Grades, select all and bulk edit. Now I can go down to the bottom and I see those 2 assignments that I added there. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the short name to just the numerical assignment. That condenses your grade book. And then I'm going to go over and add it to the homework assignments category and save it. Now you see that that alert where I was at 120% is gone. There are the 2 assignments. Just a note, do not change the grade item name, only the short name. And then we'll scroll over and you see MindTap homework, and there are those 2 assignments. And they're added to the grade book. So we'll go back to content. Everything is still there. Now let's do this again. Let's go to Course Admin, Course Builder, and now I need to look at what is in Module 2. M2A1, M2A2, and then Module 2 is chapters 4, 5, and 6. So I have 3 chapters and 2 assignments. I'll drag it over into Module 2. Scroll down to chapter 3. Chapter 3, 4, 5, and 6, I mean. I'm going to do the chapter 4 reading. There's M2A1, chapter 5 reading, M2A2, and chapter 6 reading. Confirm. Save it. And now that import is complete, and we'll go back to the content, chapter 2 or module 2. And then there are the chapter readings and module assignments that we just imported, and we can do the same thing. We can organize them however we want to. Now we have to go back over to the grade book, and once again manage grades, and you see that error. Notice again that we're at 120%. So we're going to bulk edit everything. Go down to the bottom. There's our 2 assignments, module 2. Clean that one up. And the second one, and then scroll over and add them to My Learning. So now you have the grades. We'll go back, and you can follow the same procedure when you go back and look at the grades, and just adjust them and make sure they're in the right category. And we go back to content. And one of the things that I noticed too when I looked earlier is in module 1. Module 1 was chapters 1, 2, and 3. And I only copied over the readings for chapters 1 and 2. So I follow the same process to make any additions by going back to Course Admin, Course Builder, drag that into module 1, and then I'll go down and select the course reading for chapter 3. Save that. The import's complete. It will return me to the Course Builder page. I can go back to content, module 1, scroll down, and then I have the chapters there, so I can rearrange these things however I want them. Chapter 3 is there at the bottom. And that brings everything over. So you'll just repeat this process for each module, paying close attention to the syllabus, and walk through it step by step. and then arrange the course however you desire. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me at awstout@csmd.edu or give me a call at 240-320-2128. Thank you.